You've been told that food security requires acres of land, expensive greenhouses, and thousands of dollars to get started. But honestly, that's one of the biggest myths in modern food culture. Because today, I'm going to show you how to transform a single kitchen shelf into a high-density nutrient factory for under $50. No backyard, no greenhouse, no farm, no complicated hydroponic system, just a tiny indoor setup that can grow fresh, enzyme-rich superfoods right inside your apartment, RV, dorm room, condo, or kitchen. And the craziest part, this tiny setup can actually produce more usable nutrition per square foot than many traditional gardens. I'm Connor Hebel with Island Microgreens, and today we're dismantling the myth that self-sufficiency requires massive space or massive money. Because your smallest kitchen shelf might actually become the most productive square foot in your entire home. Let's get growing. Right now, grocery prices are exploding. A tiny container of microgreens at the store can cost anywhere from $5 to $15. And half the time, they're already wilted by the time you get home. But here's the thing, most people don't realize. The moment a vegetable is harvested, some nutrients begin declining immediately, especially delicate compounds like certain enzymes and sulforaphane. That means your healthy greens may already be nutritionally declining before you even eat them. But when you grow microgreens at home, you harvest them seconds before eating. That means peak freshness, peak hydration, maximum nutrient retention right at the moment you eat. And unlike traditional gardening, you don't need huge raised beds or expensive equipment. You can literally build a vertical nutrient farm in a footprint smaller than a microwave. One shelf, one light, a few trays, that's it. Now let's talk about what you actually need. And no, you do not need one of those overpriced smart gardens that cost hundreds of dollars. Honestly, some of the best setups use incredibly simple materials. Here's what I recommend: basic nursery trays, a simple LED shop light, organic seeds, and a growing medium like cocoa coir or jute mats. That's enough to start producing pounds of nutrient-dense food every single month. Some of the best beginner crops are broccoli microgreens, sunflower shoots, pea shoots, radish, mustard. Why? Because they grow fast, produce heavily, and contain impressive nutritional density. Broccoli microgreens are especially well studied because research suggests they contain sulforaphane, one of the most researched plant compounds in the health world. And the best part, you can stack trays vertically. So instead of gardening horizontally like traditional farming, you start farming upward. That means your kitchen shelf suddenly becomes a compact food production system. Now here's where things get really interesting. Microgreens go through a special early growth phase where nutrient production can absolutely explode. The first step is the blackout phase. This is where you keep the trays covered for the first few days. During this phase, the plant stretches aggressively searching for light, and that rapid growth triggers powerful biochemical activity inside the seed. Then once exposed to light, chlorophyll production surges. That's when your kitchen shelf starts transforming into a living nutrient engine. And here's another huge tip most beginners miss: bottom watering. This is one of the biggest secrets to growing healthy microgreens. Instead of pouring water directly onto the plants, you water from underneath. This helps reduce mold, strengthens the roots, and creates a safer growing environment for both humans and sensitive reptile pets, especially if you're growing greens for tortoises, bearded dragons, or other reptiles. Now comes the fun part: harvest day. And honestly, this is where people get addicted to growing microgreens, because within about a week, you go from tiny seeds to a dense tray of living food, fresh, hydrated, alive. You can harvest an entire tray in under 60 seconds, then throw it into salads, on sandwiches, smoothies, wraps, eggs, soups, or even feed certain varieties to reptiles depending on species requirements. And the coolest part, you don't plant everything at once. You stagger your trays. So instead of getting one giant harvest, you create continuous production, meaning your kitchen becomes a daily food source, not just a hobby. Now let's talk about the economics, because this is where things become really powerful. Most people don't realize how expensive store-bought microgreens actually are over time, especially organic ones. When you grow at home, the cost per harvest becomes incredibly low. In many cases, these systems can begin paying for themselves within weeks. And once you understand the rhythm, you can continuously grow fresh food year-round, regardless of weather, season, or outdoor space. Even in tiny apartments, even in urban environments, even with almost no experience. Because food sovereignty isn't about acreage, it's about systems. And once you learn this skill, you stop depending entirely on fragile grocery supply chains. You start becoming part of a decentralized food future where every kitchen can act like a miniature farm. If you want to start growing your own nutrient-dense microgreens at home, you can grab our free microgreens masterclass at islandmicrogreens.com/101. It's completely free and walks you through everything step by step. And for families eating 10 to 20 ounces of microgreens per week, many could potentially save between $1,200 and $2,400 per year compared to buying store-bought. We even have a cost calculator on the website where you can estimate what the savings could look like specifically for you. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time to start growing your own food, this is your sign, because your future farm might already be sitting on a tiny kitchen shelf right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future growing tips, nutrient hacks, and self-sufficiency strategies. And I'd love to know, what's the smallest space you've ever successfully grown food in?